Hey, it's Doc from DocuDarko.com. So by now we've seen the awesome collaboration and reveal between Ubisoft and BossLogic on the live streams. The worldwide announcement came hours before the reveal trailer for the new Assassin's Creed game, which is called Assassin's Creed Valhalla. So yeah. BossLogic is a well-known Aussie artist who comes from Melbourne. He just makes incredible digital art, and he's been hunted down by some of the best of the best. In fact, The Rock hunted him down to get him to do a piece of Black Adam being bashed by Superman. Superman's hovering above him. It looks amazing. But The Rock hunted him down to generate some buzz around him playing that character in the Black Adam or Shazam movie. So let's hope that movie's still coming out. Yeah. BossLogic did an 8-hour stream that reveals the setting of the brand new game, Assassin's Creed Valhalla, as well as the design of the main character as well. To have it set in the world of Vikings is a pretty good call from Ubisoft, I reckon. So I caught up with BossLogic to talk all things Assassin's Creed and superheroes as well. Couldn't go past that. He's really good at fan casting. A lot of the art he's done is fan art, and a lot of those fan castings he does actually come to life in real movies. So I asked him about a certain X-Men character and who he thinks should play them in a movie. I have to apologise in advance too because my mic sounds shocking in this interview. BossLogic sounds fine though. It was just a problem between my mic and the chat software we were using, but we didn't pick it up till the edit, so that really sucks. But the rest of it's fine. Stick around for BossLogic, that's right now. And then afterwards we're going to have a bit of a chat about what is coming up in the Assassin's Creed Valhalla game and what we know is going to be in it. Sweet. Hey Code, how you doing, man?
How you doing, man?
Yeah, good. Hey, look, this is a pretty exciting time for you, I'm sure. The last couple of years especially, you've been doing some massive stuff. You worked on the Avengers stuff with the Russo brothers. That was pretty awesome. Yeah,
that was one of the highlights of my career. That was crazy time.
And how did it all start for you? Like, you started drawing, like just hand drawing, like a normal kid, I guess, and then you moved into a digital area. Is that right?
Yeah. So basically, I started doing digital art, and it was just for fun.
Yeah.
I used to do stuff for. If you remember back in the MySpace days, where you used to do banners.
Yeah.
Yeah. All the glittery graphics. I started dabbling with that stuff. And from there, some companies decided to pick me up to do like flyers and club flyers and all that sort of stuff. And I started getting the feel for it. So I tried to keep expanding and getting better at my craft. But then I delved into fan art about 6 years ago.
Yeah.
And from then, everything changed.
I love what you do with your fan art too. You sort of take the style that they're all going with, but you give it a sort of an urban flair. So even those Avengers things you were doing, that they felt a lot more urban than they have previously.
My style kind of caters to that sort of thing, and I'm glad it meshes well with it. Like everything I do, everyone can kind of tell it's my work because it has a certain look to it.
It must be great too, people reaching out to you to work with you and collab with you. I saw, obviously, the Russo brothers is a career highlight. I saw also you've worked with Jim Lee on some stuff.
Yeah, that was another huge deal for me. So you get to work with the big game with Marvel and you get to work with the big game with DC. And these two people, like two companies that you grew up with, always reading their comic books, and now you're working side by side with the top of the bench.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's pretty crazy. And that's a mark off my bucket list, working with Jim Lee. And he wants to work more, which is like, it kind of verifies your skill level. Like as an artist, you always question your skill level, and to be picked up once or twice and stuff, you start being happy with like where you are at art wise.
And Jim Lee, like he's the best of the best, and it's to get that sort of recognition from a hero.
Yeah, he's one of the top tier, the legends. So
yeah,
it's great to hear.
That all came about too because of The Rock, didn't it?
Yeah, so The Rock got me on it first. So he saw my fan art and he reached out to me so I can create basically buzz for Black Adam.
Yeah.
So hitting up Superman and him being the losing factor in that thing for some reason.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it went from there so that we can build hype from it. And from then, like a year later, or even almost 2 years later, when Jim Lee I think they reached out to him so he can collaborate or create, and then he picked me. So it was all kind of like a chain reaction. It started off as a seed and it grew up to whatever it is now. And we're still planning to work on the official stuff when, after quarantine.
Man, that's so awesome. That is so awesome. So, as a kid growing up, were you in the DC camp or Marvel, or were you a lover of both?
It's like a mother-father thing. It's like you love them both equally. It's like one doesn't work without the other. It's like they inspire each other. They bounce back. A great character here would inspire a great character there.
Yeah.
People say they stole off each other, but I think they were building off each other, which is great to see now.
Yeah, I think you're right. It's a definite inspiration going on there. Now on to what you're doing at the moment, and it's pretty amazing. Of course, we know about the company Ubisoft and all the collaborations they've done over the years. One of my favourites they did a couple of years ago with Steam Kittens and Fury Fingers. They did for Far Cry 5, I think it was. And now they're doing some awesome stuff with you, and it's to launch a brand new game. Can you tell me a bit about that?
It's the new Assassin's Creed, basically. I grew up with Assassin's Creed, and it's kind of surreal that it got to the stage where you're actually creating, not content, you're actually creating key art for this game to launch, to get people inspired to see it. And as a fan, like I'm sitting here watching me make it, but I'm still a fan, like fanboying over the process.
Yeah, sure. Yeah. So you said you'd played the Assassin's Creed games before. What drew you into that world?
Here's the thing: the aesthetic, mostly, and history. I love people. I love hoodies. I like characters with hoodies.
There's an urban thing again, hey?
Yeah, but the biggest highlight is history of the game and that sort of stuff, and that's what draws me to Origins. Origins delves into mythology, and that's something I'm a big buff of, like creativity-wise and inspiration-wise. I love mythology, and the fact that it touched on that, that was one of the best things for me.
This new one takes you into the world of Vikings, which we've seen a lot on TV with the TV show Vikings and different shows taking you into that era of and just how dirty and gritty and raw it is. Is that the sort of things you're bringing into the art project? Yeah,
we are. That's what we kind of. That was our fuel and inspiration, bringing this new look, new feel. It's a completely different factor from all the other games since it's Vikings. And Vikings is like if you talk to people, when you think about Vikings, it's like a lineage you would want to be part of. It's like their warrior race, and that's what we tried to bring, the brutalness. But also, if you look at the artwork, if you've seen it, it's kind of, there's calm, there's brutalness, there's warmth, and there's cold in the whole picture. It kind of depicts it all.
Yeah, so it's a little bit of the modern view of Viking, but also a touch of Hagar the Horrible.
Yeah. Well, when you play, the thing is, we painted a picture to show you, give you an introduction of what to expect. We couldn't go full brutal.
Yeah. So this is this part of your work process as well? You did a live stream from 10 a.m. till 6 o'clock in the morning. Are you a night worker? Is that how you generally work?
Most of my work is LA based. So I'm in Melbourne, Australia. So you can just imagine, if I need to stay on calls and stuff, I need to be awake in the early morning, and that's what it is. But I tend to work from 9 p.m. to you see the sunrise.
Yeah. And you're like an artistic shift worker.
That's basically it. But the thing is, when you got more than one job, you find yourself not sleeping at all.
Yeah, sure. Yeah. I suppose that's the thing. You're working when the creativity hits you.
Yeah, you gotta. The thing is, especially when you're bouncing back and forth between creatives, like especially like if I need to talk to the creatives at Ubisoft, if I was doing it on my times, they're asleep. So we have to be awake at the same time so we can get be more productive and time efficient.
Man, it's so good to talk to you. You're such an inspiration for young artists out there as well, especially your fan art. It is just incredible. Who's your tip to play Wolverine in the future?
Wolverine. I wanted Taron Egerton. That's what.
Okay, yeah.
He works. Like I've actually met him and I've talked to him, and he actually loves the character as well. But people are convincing him that he's too old now. I don't know why.
Oh, wow, he's still so young. That's crazy.
Yeah, the guy's like, I think younger than me. It was making me feel old. But yeah, he likes the character and he has the look, and I think he'll do good.
If they made a movie of this new Assassin's Creed game, which they've made an Assassin's Creed movie before, who would play the hero character?
Just get the whole cast from Vikings. Just get the whole cast.
That's awesome. Well, I can't wait to see more stuff of what you're doing in the future as well, man. Best of luck, and what you do is great. We love watching it. We love following you on all the social feeds as well, and we look forward to more work from BossLogic. Thanks so much for joining me.
I appreciate it, man. Thank you so much.
So here's what we know about the game so far. It's called Assassin's Creed Valhalla. So it's a Viking game. It's going to come out in the American holiday season, and it's coming out on Xbox, all the Xbox family, including the Series X when that gets released, and the PlayStation 4, and then the 5 when that gets released as well. It's coming out on Google Stadia, so no one will play it there, and also Windows PC, and available on Uplay Plus, the Ubisoft subscription service, so you can get it on that as well. Now, players are going to play as Ivor, and you can either play as a male or female character, which I thought was awesome. And Ivor was described as a fierce Viking raider, and it was raised on the tales and battles of glory, according to the press release. If you pre-order, you can get an extra mission at launch as well, so pretty exciting stuff. If you haven't checked out the trailer yet, make sure you watch it because it's amazing. Assassin's Creed Valhalla, we look forward to seeing you soon. Thanks for watching the video, and even though my audio sucked in parts, please remember to hit subscribe so that we can get some better equipment.